Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Brooke Silvering with your 4FSU weather update. Well, finally, that rain is starting to die out. You can see here on our street cam that it was raining earlier, and all of that is just clearly getting out of the way. All those cars speeding through the rain right now. Just kidding. Tallahassee has the safest drivers. So let's just take a look at the camera right now, where we did see some storm reports all around. Over here in Tallahassee, we got some wind damage. Those gusty winds are moving quite fast out there, with 26 storm reports in total. Over here in, if you could pronounce that at your house, good. I can't do that right now. So that's just what it looks like now for Tallahassee. You can see where all this rain in action is just moving out of our way. Over here to Jacksonville, just moving on out into the coast. All that rain is just because of a lot of instability, but you know who loves talking about instability? Robbie does, and Robbie will definitely talk to you about that coming up shortly. Right, Robbie?
Oh yeah, I love talking about instability. Although, you know, we've had a lot of instability the last couple of days. Today we didn't have as much as we had, but we had a lot of other conditions that helped to set us up for all this rain that we got today. Lots of rain sticking around the tri-state area right now. This big line of storms moving off to the west. Did have a severe warning on it only up until a couple of minutes ago. Looks okay now, but the soaking and the damage has been done from these storms. Check it out. All the rainfall totals we got over 1.5 inches here in Tallahassee. Areas around the region Goot also getting a good soaking. St. Mark's almost at 0.4 of an inch. Further off to the east, Gainesville getting up there, and rainfall totals as well. A couple storm reports around the southeast also. Mostly wind reports. Only one hail report down further along the coast. Not showing up right now. Was there before. Oh, well, no tornado reports thus far, though, so happy day. Everyone's feeling okay. No flooding. It's all right. 92 degrees our high today. Average 91, so felt just like every other May 28th. No, it's not May 28th. It's June. I don't know why that said that, but it's okay. 72 degrees right now, 69 over at the airport. Still feeling really sticky outside. Lots of moisture still sticking around in the air out there, making your hair go a little crazy. But that's okay, because our temperatures right now all in the 70s thanks to all that rainfall and cloud cover. Down closer to the coast, 82 down in Carabel, 84 and over at Apalachicola. They haven't seen quite as much rain and cloud cover so far today. Take a look, though. We zoom out a little bit. Our Doppler radar, all these showers popping up today. We had a stalled frontal boundary, good mixture of air coming in here, and a low pressure system, a small one coming through in the upper levels, helping to kick up all this rainfall. Another one over there in Louisiana as well. And this is slowly going to be dying out. We're still going to expect this rainfall to stick around through the early morning hours tomorrow, really drying out the next couple of days. If Adonis went through its full life cycle there, you really would have seen we're drying out by Friday afternoon on into Saturday. Looks like a dry weekend ahead, but tomorrow looking pretty nice as well. 70 degrees, 30% chance of showers. Still sticking around tomorrow. That moisture is slowly going to be making its way on out of here. Showers before 2 a.m. are really going to start dying down after the midnight hours. If you're going out tonight, make sure you're bringing the umbrella. Make sure you're bringing the rain boots if you want to look all cute and stuff. It's Thursday. People like to do that. I don't know. 93 degrees tomorrow. 40% chance of rain again. Mostly sunny skies and those showers clearing out. More of a chance for those showers in the morning hours as that moisture really starts to slide its way out of here. We get high pressure and drier air to build its way back on in. But your next 7 days looking a lot nicer than the last 7 we saw here. Really dry as far as our summer has been so far. 20 to 30% chances of rain through your next week or so. And then mostly lower 90s sticking around, which is a nice welcome sight. From last summer, we were actually getting up into the 100-degree markers by this point. But now Brooke is going to tell you a little bit more about Florida right now.
Right, all about Florida. Especially here in Tallahassee, we almost reached 2 inches of rain. So that's great because we've been in this drought. So that's going to cure us for a little bit. So we'll just see how long this moisture is going to last around in our area. So for today, our high temperatures reached 92 here in Tallahassee, 86 along the coast in Jacksonville. We're seeing another 80 here in West Palm Beach, a little much cooler as we move more down south. Down in Miami, 93 degrees, and another 90 over here in Pensacola along the coast. So those temperatures are just in the nice lower 90s. So that's great because we've seen in the past 100 degrees weather here in June in Tallahassee. So current conditions, Tallahassee sitting at 72. There's a lot of cloud coverage out there, so that's why we're seeing a much cooler temperature. And Pensacola is nice and sunny, so I think we should all just head out to the beach someday soon, right? Jacksonville is sitting at 79, and Fort Myers, another beautiful sunny a day right there for them. So this radar is just showing, like I said earlier, all this rain is moving on out and clearing out of Tallahassee, just moving out more towards the east, and just nothing's really filtering down south. But everything's just more towards the north of us, and that's just an effect of all the instability and the mixed with the sea breeze and just a lot of those warm moisture, warm temperatures. So let's just take a look how everything is going along the coast in Clearwater, where everything looks nice and clear, hence the name. Let's just check it out again. The current rainfall in Tallahassee, just under an inch of rain for the future that we're expecting for the next couple of days. But that rain is going to be clearing on out, so we can see a nice clear weekend, something that we haven't seen in the past couple of weeks. So that's something for us to definitely look forward to here in Tallahassee. So tonight, temperature is dropping down to 69 degrees in Tally, another 73 degrees over in Pensacola. So we're seeing these low 70s all around, which are nice for the summertime, which is going to be official in about under 10 days. So for tomorrow, these temperatures are climbing back on of 89 degrees in Tallahassee. We might be seeing some cloud coverage. And temperatures all around 89 over in Orlando, another 89 here in Tampa, and 89s all around down in Miami and also down in Key West. So all those temperatures are very nice and in the lower 90s to lower 80s. But let's just take a look at our nationals and tropics with Robbie.
Yeah, thanks, Brooke. You know, tropics, we saw a lot of activity early in the season, and now that we're looking out into the Atlantic, nothing really going on this far, but this isn't where you expect to see the activity this time of year anyway. We expect to see it over closer to us in the Caribbean and the Gulf. But as we look over and our satellites, now it's out just above Island Hispaniola, Cuba, nothing stirring up here, nothing stirring up over into the Gulf either. Take a look right now, nothing really doing here, just low pressure systems making their way off the coast here, sliding on through, giving the folks on land some rainfall, but nothing really to worry about as far as our tropical systems go. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared. Make sure you're getting ready for all this stuff. People on the Pacific coast seeing a little bit more action. They had a storm that had a chance to fire up. It died out, though, in the last few days. Nothing looking like it's going to spur up here in the next few days, though. So, thankfully, we are looking nice and safe so far for our tropical season out in the Pacific and in the Atlantic right now. Let's move things around, though. Let's go into our national view here. Low pressure system moving through the Canadian-United States border up there near Minnesota, Michigan. And it's got a little cold front draping along this line here, bringing some severe weather chances down to the plain states. But we also have some stronger weather down here in the southeast as well. Little low pressure system making its way through Louisiana right now, and not something else, another little stationary front, and another upper level disturbance making its way down through Florida as well, which is why we're getting all that rain today. Watches and warnings right now, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings through those plain states where that cold front's making its way through. This is where the greatest chance for severe weather is today right now. You see a few warnings popping up around the southeast as well, where those severe thunderstorms are popping up around our neck of the woods. We saw a couple of those earlier in the day, but those are slowly starting to die down tonight. We still might see a couple more, though, as the days roll on. Tornado report all the way out in Colorado. Mostly wind and hail reports. Luckily, we have no tornado reports around the southeast so far. But lots of severe weather, lots of active weather today around the U.S. Thankfully, that should be dying out as the hours roll on tonight, but in the plain states, stuff is really starting to just get going. Take a look at their temperatures right now, up in the 90s still down in San Antonio and Dallas as well. Kansas City seeing 89 degrees, still fairly warm over there. Miami down at 91, 65 up in Boston, pretty mild. Nice up in the northeast and northwest as well, seeing the 60s. San Francisco, mild as ever, over at 63 degrees. A lot of weather around the U.S. right now, a lot of different conditions that we're seeing. And luckily, though, lots of safe travel so far, except for that low pressure spinning up in Minneapolis. 57-minute delay there. No other delays on the board right now for your airports. If you're heading out there, you're going to get right on your plane. Hopefully, you won't have to stop in the magazine shop, pick up a $10 magazine and a $5 bag of pretzels. No conditions as far as delays go around the U.S. right now, but tonight looking pretty mild around the states. No one really getting too low down there. Miami at 77, New Orleans 72, 57 up in Boston as well. Look further off to the northwest, just a little bit cooler up in Seattle, 47 degrees. San Francisco still staying mild, 50 degrees, and a low of 79 over in Phoenix, where they're still staying pretty warm. Lots of warm temperatures tomorrow, though. 90s over in Texas, 93, 101 over in Phoenix. San Francisco, again, staying really nice over at 68 degrees. But let's move on into the southeast, come back to our neck of the woods where we still have a lot of active weather picking up around our region here. Some stronger storms starting to make their way off to the east right now and further off to the west from our region as well. Strong water storms firing off from our neck of the woods. These storms moving west at about 40 miles an hour, and they do have some gusty winds associated with them. So if you're over there, if you know some folks over there, make sure to tell them that these storms could be a little bit more dangerous than what we were seeing before. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings popping up associated with those cells. Some stronger winds making their way over there. A few hail reports starting to come in from Alabama and Georgia as well, but the southeast getting lots of active weather today. Here's all those wind reports. All the blue dots are wind. All the yellow ones, hail. Finally starting to get some hail reports in here. Thankfully, though, still no tornado reports around the southeast, and hopefully it'll stay that way for the rest of the day. Mostly 70s here where all the rainfall's making its way in here. 72 in Tallahassee, 77 over in Orlando. Miami and Key West not seeing the rainfall yet, though, so they're still staying pretty warm, as well as the rest of the southeast where they haven't seen all the rainfall and clouds that we have gotten so lucky to get today with our over 1.5 inches of rainfall. Look further out to Louisiana, though. They have the nice other little tricky spinner upper over there giving them some rainfall. And then back down to Miami, South Florida, the rainfall is really slowly starting to make its way down there. They might get some more of that nasty, sticky stuff tomorrow, but so far for tonight, looking pretty good down into South Florida. And you know, if you're making your way down to the arena down in South Florida tonight for the road rally, the Heat game, it'll be looking pretty nice. Oklahoma looking okay as well. Some severe weather still out in those plain states, though. Most of the satellite and radar stuff, that should be clearing out a little after midnight. The risk sticks around just a little bit longer than what we're used to seeing. But let's look at tonight's forecast for Florida. Looking pretty mild here, 77 down in Miami, 67. Nice up in Jacksonville, 69 here in Tallahassee, and 73 over in Pensacola. Then tomorrow, still staying mild, no one getting super hot here, 89 degrees in Tallahassee, 89 over in Pensacola as well, 84 up in Jacksonville. Look further down to the south, you'll see a few 90s mixed in with upper 80s. But you know what, that's going to do it for your look around the southeastern Florida. Now Brooks finally going to bring you back a little bit closer and take you to one more look around here.
Let's just take a zoom into into Tallahassee and have Miami on my mind, where all this rain is just clearing on out. We had like a lot of rain this afternoon, and everything is beginning to die out. That was just a bunch of instability in our area right now. So we did get some storm reports, just a bunch of wind damage over here in Quincy, and around 1:20 p.m. they got some of that rain, and Thomasville as well. Above and to the north of that, there is a lot of storm reports as well. So rain since midnight, we got almost 2 inches of rain here in Tallahassee. So that's great if we needed some of that rain because we have been in a drought. But check it out. Monthly average rain is around 5 inches, and our yearly average is just below 22 inches of rain. So the difference of that you can see with these numbers are all around, but we are getting some rain, and that is good for us. So 69 degrees downtown, 72 degrees at the airport. Those temperatures are right around the lower degree 70s, because we have a lot of cloud coverage, and that's just keeping us nice and cool. The humidity is still very high, and the dew point is high as well, so you're going to be feeling that if you step outside. Current degrees here in Tallahassee, 72, another 72 here in Quincy, and along the coast we're seeing higher temperatures because of that. They have that breeze effect, which is kind of weird and like counterproductive, but anyway. So satellite and radar is showing we're just all that action is moved on out of our way. Everything's coming here towards the east, away from Tallahassee. So we're going to have a nice, beautiful weekend ahead of us. Finally, if you haven't gotten the chance to go out to the pool, get your tan on, this is the time this weekend to catch up on all of that. So you can see our future raincast. Everything's just moving on out and leaving Tallahassee in the nice clear. So all that moisture is going to be out of our area pretty soon and into the weekend. So we can have a nice, lovely weekend here. And if you have any plans to go out to the beach tomorrow for Friday, the winds are going to be a nice 5 to 10 knots with a nice light surf at 2 to 3 feet. So the waters are also going to be extremely nice and warm with 82 degrees. And since the sun's setting at 8:41 p.m., you're going to have a nice long day out there at the beach. So temperatures for tomorrow or for tonight dropping down to 70 degrees. We still have a lot of that cloud coverage, which is trapping in those warm temperatures. So it's going to be a little bit warmer out there and still be a little bit of humid as well, and we might get some showers before 2 a.m. So you want to be cautious of that if you have any plans for this evening. And for tomorrow, these temperatures are climbing back on up into the low 90s, mostly sunny, just like we saw today, but a little bit less rain, hopefully. So let's just take a look at our 7-day forecast, where our chances of rain are diminishing as we move on into the week. And these temperatures are getting much lower as well. And throughout the evening, we're in the nice high 60s. And throughout the day, we're in the low 90s. So if you want to check us out on Facebook or Twitter, you can do so online at 4FSU Weather. So have a great